Hi, I'm Vitali Gusatinsky. I'm co-founder and chief designer at Vandall. I've had a long career as a service and product designer for over 15 years, working on services used by millions of people every day. I know how important quality design can be in making a service or tool valuable to its end users. I've seen firsthand with the research that we've done how difficult and painful it can be to collaborate on music projects on a professional level when everything from communication to files to agreements are all spread out on different services. And this was the foundational motivation for Vandall, to have a single source of truth for everything that a person needs to take a project from beginning to end for release. That's why we're focused on creating a streamlined, single experience where you chat in the timeline, you can easily add files no matter how big or small they are, and wrap them into packages that are then released for distribution. Well, the foundation of great design is a removal of friction, and that was our main motif with Vandall. We wanted to remove all the unnecessary steps so that someone who's never even used the service before can easily go from coming to the website to having a link shared for their files, for their people to be invited into the project as quickly and as easily as possible. So for us, it was all about removing friction. Vandall is built around streamlining and simplifying the delivery process. So whether you're logging in or creating a project or adding files, everything happens instantaneously and without additional steps. You can just log onto the web, create a project, and drag in some files, and it's already there before you even know it. And then you can easily share a link and have everyone join in. Since the beginning of Vandall, user input and research has been the cornerstone of our development. So we talk with world-class producers and artists to understand what their needs and frustrations are. The greatest thing to see is how psyched people are that there's finally a single place to put all your files and communications about a music project. So people love the fact that they can easily drag and drop files on the web, or that we have native first-class mobile experiences available for iPhone and for Android, so that no matter where you are or what device you have in front of you, you can access the information that's most important to you. The main thing that creates a great user experience for Vandall is that it truly tries to be out of the way, abstracting all the difficult stuff. So if you just want to say who, for example, the producer is, you can just scroll to the metadata part, tap the person, attach the producer credit to them, and you're on your way. No more figuring out where I should place the information. It's all there as simply as can be. And we're all the time rolling out more features based on our user feedback. And that's the one thing that I love, is that we're really working deeply with the community who we're trying to service. So we let them tell what they need so that Vandall can become even more valuable to them. And especially during this open beta period, it's really important for us to get as much analytics and information about how people are using Vandall so that we can optimize that experience for their user needs. So if you're a producer, you're an artist, I suggest that you go to vandall.com, sign up, and get started under 30 seconds flat by creating your first project and uploading some files. Yeah, nowadays we're doing so much more remote collaboration, and I think one of the challenges there is how can we easily and quickly share files back and forth when we have a session ongoing. So the great thing about Vandall is everything's in one timeline, so you can easily drop in your files. If you're dragging in more than one file, we ask if you want to have it zipped, which is so great for stems, and this allows teams to move fast and have a clear understanding of what are the most recent assets. Especially the ability to filter, so you can only see the audio files when you need to, makes it so much faster and easier to select the file you want to download and continue working on in your DAW of choice. Well, I think we're all fed up with broken links using WeTransfer and other file sharing services, and that's the great thing about Vandall. Instead of having a link that expires, you just add people to a project and they're always there. I think every music professional should try Vandall to see how effortless it is to have one project as a single source of truth for all your music project needs. No more broken links or sending desperate files, but rather having everything in one place, easily accessible wherever you are. We know how important security is for our users. Some of the biggest names in music are already using Vandall on the next big hits. So for us, encryption, end-to-end access is vital to us. So only the people who have authorization to access the materials you have shared are able to go there. So in order to see anything, except if it's an individual file that you've sent a link to, you have to add them and they have to authenticate in order to have access. So the great thing about Vandall is you can just go to vandall.com right now and press the Go to App button. You're immediately at the app and you use Google, Apple, or your email address to authenticate and to log in. You can just easily create a project and immediately start dragging files. So in a matter of 30 seconds or less, you can just click your way inside of Vandall and start putting in files and sharing it with the people you want to collaborate with. From everything I've seen, the people who thrive in the music industry the best are those who have systemic processes in mind. So whether it's Vandall or another file sharing service, make sure that you have a clear way of doing things so that you can focus on your art and craft. So if all your days are spent chasing files or information from people, you're not going to have a lot of time left for the important stuff, which is creating the music, networking, and promoting the art that you create. So the great thing about Vandall is that it gives you one place to bring all your files and projects so that you can focus on the creative and human side of the business. One of the big costs of having a disorganized project process is that you can often lose or not account for information that's essential for distribution, such as who are the people that should be credited, what are the type of royalty splits that people have agreed to, and this can really make or break the difference between making a lot of money on royalties or making no money on royalties. Every year, $500 million goes unclaimed because people are unable to connect the money to the artists and talent that it belongs to. So that is one of the reasons why we built metadata directly into Vandall so that you can easily define the information that's most important when it's relevant to you so that it can easily be shipped when the project is ready. I think we're all seeing a rapid change in the music industry, from AI to new age tools, and definitely those who adapt and are able to be prolific in the amount of content that they produce are going to be the big winners. So the more you can focus on actually creating your music and pushing your talent to really try and move yourself and the sound that you're creating forward, the more successful you're likely to become. So Vandall is trying to position itself as an invaluable tool to streamline a lot of the essential aspects of music production so that you can focus more on creating the art. At Vandall, we don't merely want to just tell about all the things that we're doing. We also want to elevate the voices of the industry that often can be unheard. So follow us on social media to hear stories from the producers making the hits, from industry news about how things are developing, as well as the latest features that we're shipping at Vandall. So be sure to give us a follow and send us a message to let us know what kind of features you're looking forward to at Vandall so that we can make sure we make it happen. So whether you're a musician or an aspiring producer, I highly suggest you go to vandall.com, get up and running in less than 30 seconds, try it out, and let us know what you think.